Kevin De Bruyne. Ofrinji ba ya announce say okono. Ase bono. Or the nibre any ding, and he wants to sort of send a statement to Man City for Sheikh Mansour mo, Chiki Pakistan mo, and let them understand say ABA Hugo Vienna neighbor. And on no sporting direction no. What you say on many. But Chiki there, you know that I can play here. And yesterday after the game, when interviewers went to Kevin De Bruyne, I'll catch you say, I have shown them that I can still play here. Yes. And the man believes on the ball, no can say rich. Minicity for the yarding. Eh? There is a thin line between how we play and what pa. Now, men are so man a cop. No one shiny nostalgia. And I said the attack and the memories, no. Everyone can say, okay, you keep in the kakra. One shiny ya, you keep in the kakra. Won't come to the next young player which might so on number. If you delay, no, that's what you want them. Work to be able to that's what you want them. No blockades are crown, then it affects your sporting project. You can always be wrong. Kevin Ako, no go to young player, but no have a failure. But teams have come to understand that they need to be brutal. Baby, I sit here, they have to move on from Kevin De Bruyne. Saying Kevin De Bruyne can't survive about Chelsea, Yamamia. I will accept him because Chelsea team is a team. Kevin will not play for 10, 20 matches, 40 matches. But on the mentality of winners, even Chelsea dressing room on them, and it is going to help. But at City, they don't particularly need that because the leaders they also go around Ruben Dias or Honum.
No, so, but sporting wise, it makes sense.
Exactly.
Because they say City team don't air down.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
And almost you say players in BUA, for instance, will be to say Kevin Brana.
Yeah.
Do baby heavy.
Exactly.
Their motivation be man. Kevin De Bruyne here exactly. To win trophies for Man City.
Obviously, to me, I'm a Madrid example of Luka Modric. So Modric is still playing.
I know. I one out of 1,000.
Okay.
So as I say, until I make us say to you, Madrid no. Say all the almost situation compare City difference in so.
Yeah.
Because we are talking about Man City. Yeah. Now there's someone who result and yeah. So we are sporting director now in here. Questions are able to say, okay. Now this is a team for a very long time. I want to dominate to England and to some extent Europe.
Yeah.
Motivation behind will be to win trophies at the bottom now.
Yeah.
We are no fewer or more yini. And I ain't saying any project the front. Because when they are saying, Kevin De Bruyne, I'm not if you say, age in your side, you know, and sporting, it makes sense.
Yeah. And no, the job was done. City furniture Wolverhampton Wanderers for a fee by a goal to 0. Solitary goal 1-0 and almost share El Honum. And until Ama City have the Arsenal 3 points, which Arsenal second because and then Arsenal ball against Bournemouth. So when you have the maximum points now, they may risk not being second. And now after the game, Utie Pep Guardiola will say, "Obon the contract new year, ABO correct Arsenal." Against Tima, your friend Bournemouth. The focus is on the Champions League, but now as a Ghanaian, when I saw Mikel Arteta Akko pre-match press conference, Akko didn't come out say Andre Bata essay. They believe that Thomas Partey about the most minutes as a 6, and also position one of the most important players. In fact, Mikel Arteta described him as a starter. And it's pointing to the fact that Arsenal for the contract extension that he so desires and he so wants. I think they're a very good one. I would want. There's a part of me. Person party story at Arsenal will be ended without winning anything. I understand the conversation about money in Nisika, any area since it makes a lot of sense. But I would want to before the party be free Arsenal, Obenya Bibi, but Andoni Areola in the Bournemouth never. Also in a week where Arsenal have to go away to the Parc des Princes and over 10-1-0 deficit. Rich, that probably was the game in Nemeth National. It was tough for me because Arsenal 2 games before Champions League games, the goals have been unders and your goals are also. And Arsenal can win, but Bournemouth are also stubborn. How do you pick a pick for that? No one would say to the analysis, but we put it together and the picks I'll be to enjoy. Then to this big one.
Don't
worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Rich. Liverpool motivation enough to beat Chelsea.
Maybe I know you. Say give me yes, some ground beside God of honor.
I just be among God of honor. Now, and the analysis I made,
some of the couldn't come.
Made it for the very first time. Said this is the very first Chelsea now the most God of honors.
I some have 5. Hey, Munsu
powerful team.
Oh,
let's take now.
And go for you moment.
Let's start walking out for God of honor. Chelsea is minimum that.
And go for ya dapa.
Aye. And can you say Andy, you're very good.
My mama been be. So Liverpool players no. 5
me
catch one about wow. Omudu anama catch on the same. So on see a brain. My didn't come here. I spend 1 billion. Oh, part of it.
And yes, and yet, Andina, or you're good researcher. I probably would have gone to research that start again because it just starts and I say, hey, why are the most?
That's why I am a Leicester. Leicester, we.
And now in the pre-match press conference for Enzo Maresca and Anna Slotting, you know, there were some really interesting revelations about Bunting. One, Anna Slotting said, "Onye shocked, but why you surprised to say, Abanti your friend Enzo Maresca in the Chelsea team, rich. Abanti your friend Enzo Maresca in the Chelsea team, you know, up till now, or share the gap between Chelsea and Liverpool na emuwa." Because our Chelsea any Liverpool share Anfield, you know. The better team on the field of play was Chelsea, but Liverpool found a way to win. Each Omuye and a slot sir and a interview ni we no coil. And Enzo Maresca by. Maresca by na in some phone to the same like similar question. Almost for free and a slot response him. And Omubisa and a slot say Maresca say and a slot say Gab no what. Na uji tumana no say ane Gab ne de wunim minim ono ana slot na so hubi Gab no emuwa but no penny say we are closing down na ye didn't say by the time you bedu ano ni ye closing down because Liverpool for no experienced players omo players a lot of difference makers. That is why maybe omo yes which it got me thinking. Chelsea for the kind Liverpool for no God of honor pain. And no
COVID time no.
Ne Frank Lampard almost I share Chelsea. Among God of honor you know what's our bohomo. And God of honor will not be enough to win the game.
Okay.
Chelsea would have to play the game and then win it. Trent Alexander-Arnold say, Anna Slot to say, game ne no against Chelsea no. Obey some substitutions. All the team nina, but certain players will set off. Niaya Peki and net from Liverpool. They say Alisson will be imposed. Robertson, Virgil van Dijk, Ibu Konate, Alexander-Arnold, Gravenberch, McAllister, Elliott, Salah, Diaz, and Chiesa. Which okay say last 2 summers. Not Liverpool for no aben home. Chelsea for no year Maresca said. And Liverpool for no so mu see according to Maresca said. Jurgen Klopp and Casa friend. But they told them say they've given Chelsea their word. And then they want to go and play for Chelsea. And see how Liverpool were almost done with Southampton for Abraham and Romeo Lavia. And just before it ended, Chelsea went behind Liverpool, got 2 midfielders now. Fast forward 2 seasons. Maresca said one of the best midfielders our league, but on G League. No. It is a young Dutch midfielder. Free buying. And Ababeja Liverpool fee for somebody who wasn't an out and out 6. And only the Liverpool to win. And then Yami had much now. Maresca said any Enzo, any Abrante friend Romeo Lavia will stand on the touchline and then applaud Abrantia, your friend Ryan Gravenberch, together with Enzo Fernandez. Say, or no Gravenberch edgy league. No. Enzo Maresca said open this because a good learning curve for the boys no, to learn that sometimes so be this idea about some man marriage. I know that in Caicedo's head. A part of him telling that it could live up and get league no. We will live up with team man come league you. And that is something that is going to linger on. Marriage, it should be a motivation, especially for Lavia. because we are unfit for a very long time. And for Chelsea team, no, Makani several times say whether Liverpool are motivated and as someone are motivated, the only reason I bet you about Champions League be say, see on the table, no, Chelsea fit is on own them. Say Chelsea send the matches in now, not Nottingham Forest send the matches in now, now Aston Villa send the matches in now. What will happen is that Chelsea will place fit, Nottingham Forest will place it, and then team my friend Aston Villa will place 7th, and Chelsea go and play in the Champions League. Me was some personal convictions, Rich. Some of the games that Abraham Jeffers, Romeo Lavia are starting now have been some of the best games of Chelsea this season. And in that game away at Anfield, there was a certain Romeo Lavia in the middle of the park who played well. Me, mature several times on Twitter and on Facebook, and a lot of analysts. I'm title and say Romeo Lavia a Chelsea golden ticket in qualifying for the Champions League next season. Because our team number rich. For every positional play manager, a deep line playmaker, and the number 6, lone 6. And yet I saw the money enemy. I saw the more box to box. But the lone 6 is very important to him. And nothing around the field Man City, Pep Guardiola begin the 3 who say plan at home. And nothing every time, no matter what Frankie de Jong or whatever will happen to them, Hansi Flick will play Frankie and even add Pedri to it because these guys are obsessed with control. And the fact that very, very likely say Enzo Maresca, Benya, Abraham Jeffers, Romeo Lavia was still fit in the last few weeks now. I have some good omen to Chelsea for now. Rich, the game is almost game set a match in terms of mentality of players now. And now Chelsea boys needing come from Jadon Sancho to Abraham Jeffers, Trevor Chalobah, Obi Edin come. Now Trevor put here, say it's a tight race, you know. It's about 5 teams that can make the Champions League. And the game against Liverpool is going to be crucial for us. According to Jadon, also we've got good momentum. We've got good home form. We are looking forward to it and hopefully we can get all the 3 points. Which Liverpool game no about time I say Chelsea for a little on the ascendancy. You can talk of the lack of motivation from Chelsea for no. But Chelsea for no are on the ascendancy. Which meaning Nicolas Jackson in the last 3 games, last 2 games, Ababa 3 goals for Chelsea. Before Senna about the game against Everton, not Premier League game, Abraham Nicolas Jackson had only scored 1 goal outside of the box. That was against Brentford somewhere in December. Rich, in 2 games, Nicolas Jackson had a shot back against Everton outside the box. And once I saw Baku BM against a team my friend Joe Garden in the Conference League out the box. In the post-match press conference, Rich Nicolas Jackson say, "Or team bench owner holding Komono in your menu. It's seen as a come back so on shot than the confidence neighbor, and the confidence seems to be going on well. The only thing I about your friend Cole Palmer, and I still all struggle, but then the goals aren't coming. Me who start to na me say me engineer na say me engineer. Cole Palmer statistics this season. Obi about 4 months enko year. Over 20, I think 23 goals, 22 goals, and over 15 assists, and over 150 chance created in a season where in the last few months Niema Enkoye, Emma Brantier, Fred Cole Palmer. Rich on the field of play, Chelsea have the motivation, and then there is no tactics to that game. Romeo Lavia are back. Chalobah is doing his job. Liverpool is slightly motivated. If you want to qualify for the Champions League, and you mean Enzo Maresca and Maresca, they have to go there and then go and win the match. Na bibia enko kama and for more Yedibesia na yedi code no for and no Eddie Atuja Michelle so you investor and now congratulations to ma Moody's has 7 odd ni no. Congratulations to Munina and so yahye Eddie Abrema wa say ye bompa say Eradia Oton so green egu ye code no so no and then on Tonisa and Sanson Mayen first one 1C 8E AD 39. Second one here 1C 8E 9C 32. Third one here 1C 8E F5 61. Message should be 1C 8E F5 61. And the last one no 1C 8E0067, which into your investor there. There you have it. And I mean we are you can screenshot and then write it down. That be BBR and you come on.
Okay, Fish Manfred at the no. Benjamin Lampard on Facebook say Liverpool has won the league. We are not going to play